Hello to everybody who has came back and to new watchers. Make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna pick up where I left off on the repetitive dreams of me walking into a building of light. So when I got to the building in the second dream that was repetitive, it was through January, February, and March. I basically dreamt that I was again walking up to a building, and when I got to the building, my hair was made up nice. I smelled like some type of exotic flower. I was just down to the T with a beautiful gray gown. It sparkled. My shoes, I had on heels, and they were beautiful silver, um, diamond encrusted shoes. Like they were beautiful. And when I got in, I was hungry. It was like something like a banquet. I saw a large banner that basically read, "Welcome, Kayla Palmer." That's my name, by the way. I just go by Special K. Of course. Duh. But anyhow, I went in to the side of which the food was, because on one side it was food and on the other side it was tables. And I was going to try to pick up a plate, and it was almost like a hologram. I was picking up the plate and it was disappearing in my hands. So I was just like extremely hungry. So I was trying to pick up everything with my hands, and they were just falling through my fingers, like falling through my hands. So I was asking people. People were coming up to me, talking to me, and I ended up talking to them about Lord only knows what. And they were just like, "You're not here to eat. You have to go and talk." And I just kept trying to figure out why I had to talk. And I'm like, okay, if me talking on this pedestal or podium or whatever supposed to make or allow me to be able to eat, I'm gonna go do it. So I walk up to the pedestal, and as soon as I open my mouth, I wake up. And I woke up and I was extremely hungry, like I was starving, and my stomach was growling, and I was beyond thirsty. I have sickle cell anemia, so I drink a lot of water constantly, and it was just puzzling to me that I was that thirsty. Like I drank about 4 or 5 bottles of water, and I was still extremely thirsty. I made a big breakfast, and I was still thirsty, and I make big breakfasts already: eggs, bacon, pancakes, or potatoes, or I eat. Okay, so I had all of that, or some of which, and fruit and juice, and I was still hungry. I was still thirsty, and I got scared. So I reached out to my mom, and my mom was just like, "You need to pray." So I picked up my Bible, and as soon as I picked it up, I landed on a scripture that said something along the lines of, I'm just going to paraphrase, if you are hungry, put your desires unto me. If you are thirsty, put your desires unto me, for you will never go hungry or thirsty. Your cup will runneth over, or something along the lines of that. You guys know that scripture. Please make sure you comment what scripture that is if you know. I basically was scared because I knew then that the dream had came from above, and I was like, okay, so just like before with the dreams of me having a baby girl were true, and of someone of pale skin complexion being nice to me, but in reality they were giving me crumbs to take my child away, that it actually came true. So I was like, where do I fall then? I was extremely scared. So about March, I started reaching out to a lot of people trying to figure out what was going on. In the midst of that, I dreamt that I was sitting in Indian style on this bed, and there was like this snake, and it came up like this, and it immediately stopped and like looked at me like that, and turned its head and looked back. And of course, in a dream, I was in dreams. I'm not sure why, but I'm just like not afraid of too much of anything, so to speak. And I just looked it dead in its eyes and turned my head. When it turned its head, that it looked at me. And uh, surrounding all of this, my oldest son, the one of which I started having dreams with when I was pregnant in 2013, he basically went to school and told his teacher a lot of things to get attention, as he called it. Y'all be nice to him. Be nice to him, please. Give it to him. No, she didn't. Catherine, you don't want to be on timeout. No. No. Okay. I get her. Okay. So, I gotta wrap this one up. Basically, I was scared. Um, Baby, go on and up. And I'm gonna take care of it. So I basically went on to seek out some advice, and nobody could tell me what was going on. Nobody, absolutely nobody. I eventually had another dream after that, and I was running through a field, and I was petrified. But I was looking and searching for my children, and the first one to disappear was my oldest son. And at that time, my son was going to school and fabricating all types of stories. And this particular time, or this particular school year, I had been doing all type of accommodations for him, bringing him bag lunch to school, and fixing them breakfast before school when they give them lunch and breakfast. Like, I would come and sit in the classroom. I was very vocal with the teachers, but I'm not sure what happened. He just went to school one day, and someone called me down to the Child Advocacy Center. They did not remove my children. They did not see any abuse or anything. So DHS worker came out, and she talked to me, and she was telling me a lot of things that were not true. And she was telling me, she was not asking, and I didn't like the way she was telling me things. So I basically told her, it's people like you that like to take children from people like me and not give them back, get them into the system, and have the parents out here on drugs and out here doing the most just to get their children back, or they out here losing their mind. And it was just a lot of stuff that I was just saying to her, and I know she knew exactly what I meant, and I know y'all know exactly what I mean. This system of taking innocent children from their parents when their parents are doing literally no wrong is absurd. And I can dive deeper into that, but I'm just not gonna. So yeah, get ready for the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you back here in the flash. Be blessed.